Welcome back, guys. I know that you will return because we have so many things in common. We have so many things to get going. So let's just talk about something, right? Let's talk about mindset. Mindset is so important, whether you want to succeed or if you do not want to succeed. You see, what's the difference between a successful person and a non successful person is the mindset. You are already on the path of greatness. You already know that you want more. You already know that there is more, but you probably just feel a little stuck in knowing which direction to go. But long as you keep focusing on your mindset, you will be successful and you will be on the way to win. So when I talk about mindset, there are a couple of things that come into play. Mindset deals with the things that you tell yourself, the things that you believe. Your diet plays a part in mindset, and the things that you put into your body, different literatures, different communities you hang around. So let's jump on in. And if you find yourself still here, go ahead, like and subscribe to this channel. And let's go, guys. Mindset. My mindset has always been different from many other people. You see, as a young girl, I knew my life was different. I knew I was different because I was in foster care. I knew I was different because my mom was an addict. I knew I was different because I was always the tallest girl in the classroom. Better yet, none of the boys ever found me attractive. But I knew because of the way my life was laid out for me by the time I was in first grade. You see, a mom that was an addict, that shipped you from one state to another state so that she can hide you from ACS. Then she gets you and she brings you back to New York as an addict still. And herself decides to take you to the foster care agency in Brooklyn on Fulton Street. And that's when your life began to change around 5 years old. And for the next 5.5 to 6 years, you was the product of the state, of the city, as a child in foster care. And for some reason, I don't know what struck in my head that I knew I was not going to be a product of my environment. You see, my foster parents were older, growing up in Brooklyn, Coney Island Projects, shout out to CI. And I couldn't call them mom and dad. I always had to call them Mr. and Miss. But I knew I did not want to be a mom early. I knew I did not want to be on welfare or depending on the system too early or at all. And that starts because my mindset as a little girl was just wired different. And I moved through life just like that. You see, mindset can start now or mindset start from when you are a child. And you're not even realizing that the things that you're going through, the channels, the highs, the peaks, the lows, and the valleys are the things that's helping to shape your mindset. So by the time I was 10 years old, my father, that is illiterate, can't read nor write, got my sister and I out of foster care. And I became a mom basically to her. And I had to grow up really fast. And I said, you know what? Still, through it all, I've decided that I do not want to be a bum. I do not want to be like the girls that I see in my class. I was so determined that when I was in fifth grade, I got an infection in this hand right here. And it landed me in the hospital for a few days. The infection was so bad that I ended up having to go to physical therapy. So I naturally write with my right hand. But because my mindset was so strong, I could not allow for my classmates to write my notes for me. I went home every single day and I practiced how to write with my left hand, how to write with my left hand, because I did not want this hand that could not work and operate to be the reason why I could not be successful, the reason why I could not copy my notes. That's mindset. And I was able to get all my notes. And as a result of that, today I can sit here before you guys and say, hey, I can write with both hands. Now, of course, this hand's going to be better than this hand, but I know how to write with this hand. That's mindset. When all of my friends were deciding to cut school, I decided I'm going to stay to school. I'm going to get my lessons. I'm going to get my education. That was my mindset. When I decided I wanted to cut school, I cut school by myself. My mother could not believe that I would cut school by myself. But I did because my mindset said, I only want to get me in trouble. I don't want it to be on someone else to get me in trouble. You see, mindset starts from very, 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 very early. But as we get older, we have the ability to shape that mindset. I didn't have to go to college right after high school. My mother did not demand for me to go to college, but my mindset was go to college, get a degree, get a career, make good money, the American dream, the American way. That's what you call being successful. And I followed that same trajectory. I did every single thing that I was supposed to do. Didn't have a baby out of wedlock. Don't have a criminal record. Got the good city job. Got a master's degree plus an advanced certification. But yet I'm still unhappy. Let that sink in. Yet I still feel unfulfilled. Yeah. There is that little something right there that is missing. And that's why I come here to talk to you guys. Because I don't want you to feel like you are alone. Because you aren't. Your mindset is what your mindset is. And it's up to you to activate it to be stronger or just sit in it. You see, my mindset is so strong that I've tried 3, 4, 5 different type of businesses in different industries, different type of business models, right? I've networked it with different type of people. I've poured out so much money into educating myself for the next best thing. My talent is not dancing, singing, performing arts, or anything of that nature. But my talent is talking, educating people, connecting with people, building people up. And when I talk about mindset and I say that food and our diet plays a part in mindset, they say you are what you eat, right? Well, look at me. Woo, baby. Okay. Well, look at me though, right? I'm not the most slimmest person on the planet, but there are certain things that I do to help with that mindset, right? Certain things I may put in my body, like my lion's mane, hmm or making sure that all my fruits are organic, or drinking a lot of watermelon juice, or eating watermelon. Try not to intake too much starch. Sugar, glucose, and things affect the brain. Something that's so important about mindset also, taking a moment for yourself. Take a goddamn moment for yourself. It is okay to put that phone on D&D. It is okay to reset. hmm It is okay to reset. It is okay not to have an answer. It is okay to miss that text message, to miss that phone call. It is okay. It is okay to lay in the bed all day. It is okay to sleep. It is okay just to be lazy and munch around. But you can't sit in that for a long time. You have to know when you're going to start and you have to know when you're going to stop. That's what's key. And as you know that your mindset is something that you have complete control over, is a beautiful thing. So if you find yourself wanting more or having that burning desire, keep coming back. Because you never know. I may have some tips, some pointers, some tricks that can help you along the way with that mindset. For me to get to where I'm at right now, I had to put myself on a rigorous schedule, right? I have my assistant. I have an assistant. Her name is Sade. And my assistant, I asked her to make me a comprehensive schedule that's hour by hour for the next 30 days for me to be able to maximize my time in the most productive manner possible. That includes me walking my dog. That includes me working on a project that I'm currently contracted to do for about 3, 4 hours a day. And that also includes for me to have time to read, meditate, reset. My day starts at 5 o'clock in the morning. And the first thing that Sade put on my list for me to do was to have some type of meditation, some kind of inspiration reading, some kind of spiritual reading for 30 minutes. That's my foundation to make sure I get that going first. And then I use my building blocks. So every hour I know what I have to do. And for my hour for me to reset, she had to put in for me to turn off all apps and I have no access to them and put on some relaxing jazz music just to allow my brain to stop. These are all things of mindset. Mindset. So if you want to change something about something, change the way that you think. If you want to change the way about something, change the way that you approach it. If you want to change something, change the way that your impulsive emotions want to reply first. Starts with the mindset. Why? Why? How? Why and how? Why am I thinking this way? And how am I going to achieve or change the way that I'm thinking? That's the plan. That's the blueprint. Once you shape your mindset, anything is possible. Why do you think billionaires are billionaires? Why do you think the one percenters are the one percenters? Why do you think bodybuilders are bodybuilders? The most successful individuals that's in our major leagues, NFL, NBA, NHL, and I don't know about the soccer, FIFA, right? Why you think? Because their mindset was so strong. Everybody talk about Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, Tiger Woods. Those are just a few. LeBron James. What set them individuals aside from everyone else? Their mindset, right? I remember watching a documentary about Kobe Bryant, and while all of his teammates went out to the club to go party, he was in the weight room and working out, lifting weights. His mindset was wired different. That's the reason why he's considered the GOAT, right? Because his mindset. And once we get strong and we understand our mindset, the skies is the limit. Skies is the limit. You don't have to be stuck or be in bondage just because you have a 9 to 5. Allow me to show you how your mindset can help you be able to keep your 9 to 5, start a side hustle, and incorporate both of those together and feel fulfilled. That's why I'm here making these videos, because this is what fulfills me, not just lesson plans. So guys, don't forget to like and subscribe so we can keep building this community together. Until next time, all things Crystal Stevens, peace.